If your walls feel cold to the touch or you feel drafts coming from around outlets, your problem probably isn't the furnace, it's your walls. Let's break down the most common exterior wall insulation problems and how to actually fix them. Now first up, we're going to talk about moisture in those exterior walls. Here's what's happening. There's little to no insulation in the walls, so that's allowing for moisture into that cavity. Now traditional insulation like fiberglass and cellulose can hold that moisture, and it's a huge problem because it's allowing for mold and mildew growth, structure damage, potential health concerns. A building science fix for this is that wall cavities need to be fully insulated and air sealed. Foam insulation is an advantage here, especially injection foam, because it doesn't retain moisture, it doesn't provide food for mold, and it creates an air seal that improves both comfort and energy efficiency. Now you might be thinking that you have insulation in your walls already, but the thing is, fiberglass sags, cellulose settles, and that leads to a lot of issues. This causes empty gaps in the walls, air leakage, cold winters, hot summers, and an HVAC system that is putting in the overtime hours. Now there is a better solution to this. You can add injection foam. Now that's going to completely fill the cavity. It doesn't settle, it doesn't sag, and there's no ongoing maintenance. It's going to last in those walls for the lifetime of your home. Next up, we're going to talk about what cold weather does to those walls, which has caused condensation inside. Now here's what's happening. That warm indoor air leaks outward, meets cold exterior temperatures, and then the condensation forms inside the wall cavity. Now this condensation forming inside the walls actually has some pretty huge consequences. Those are mold and mildew forming, paint bubbling, or even peeling, and in the long term, we could be talking about wall damage. Now luckily there is a fix to this. Insulation alone, it's not enough. You actually need an air barrier. Here's why foam helps. Both fiberglass and cellulose don't stop air movement on their own, but injection foam acts as both an insulation and an air barrier, which can help alleviate those concerns about condensation forming in the wall cavity. Now, have you ever touched your exterior walls just to find out what the temperature is outside? Now, if your walls are always feeling cold, it's because insulation is missing or it's settled. There's also a possibility that there was improper installation or there are big voids around your windows. Some of the signs that you're probably noticing are uneven room temperatures. Your furnace is running nonstop and your energy bills are showing it. Now, there is a fix for this and you know exactly what I'm going to say. You need to fill the entire wall cavity with insulation. Bonus, if you choose a material that seals air leaks, you're in even better shape. Now on top of that, make sure that you insulate around the windows to properly seal off any kind of voids that are there, and that's going to help make your walls not feel like an ice chest. So maybe your walls don't feel cold, but you can definitely feel drafts coming from the outlets and around switches. So what this means is that the wall cavity behind the outlet is acting like a wind tunnel. This happens because there's little to no insulation in there, or the traditional insulation is still allowing for air movement. Filling the wall cavity completely with insulation can definitely help, but if you use a material like injection foam, it's going to create a long-term air seal. You can also use can foam around those outlet boxes, and that's going to help get rid of those smaller air leaks. Drafts, moisture, cold spots, and high energy bills often point to exterior wall insulation problems. Now, many of these issues come down to settled insulation, missing insulation, and lack of air sealing. Comfort problems aren't random, they're predictable building science issues. If you want to put these issues in the past, check out our Find a Dealer page. There you're going to find a RetroFoam professional to help you with all of your wall insulation needs. I'm your building science brainiac, reminding you to bring a little science to every project.